Hey everybody, Conodger here, welcome back to Formula 1 2019. As we move on from our interesting week in Japan to what will probably be another interesting week here in Mexico. Well, we're not actually to Mexico yet, we gotta do our homework, which includes a little bit of R&D stuff. Here's a look of the R&D progress, and as you can see, Alpha is still in 4th place, very, very close with McLaren. We've actually been treating that 4th place back and forth with McLaren. It's been pretty fun to watch. And if you look at our season progression there, we kind of started back midfield, and then we very quickly in the mid-season pushed up to really front of the field, and it was quite surprising there in the middle of the season how well we did. But a lot of that was through weird races. A lot of that was through rain and strategy. Now that we've kind of moved into a bit more of a regular season, we're balancing somewhere in that. I want to say our team is actually, like, our finishes should be in that 5th, 10th area. We just haven't had a whole lot of normal races to do that. So I think Mexico might be another, or one of those tracks that will really test us and really test our pace. Is a track notorious for demanding a very good handling car, and I in the past have kind of struggled with cars that don't do too well with that stuff because it's tricky, especially with the new stadium section. It is not an easy track to deal with. So I'm hoping that we've done the right things with the car to get it to work there. Honestly, I struggled more in Japan than I've struggled with any other weekend of the season with the setup. And I don't know how much of that comes down to just flat out the car was not right for the track. Let's look at the weather and all that stuff. Developments, both of those passed second time around. Rain in qualifying, but not in the race. Okay, that's interesting. So we may end up having to push to a higher downforce setup. That might be something that I look for in practice, is maybe we focus on getting the car to handle really, really well so that we can qualify okay. Because this is one of those tracks that I definitely want to qualify well at, or as well as I can. So that'll be something to keep an eye on. Why did I say eye on? So weird. So let's go ahead and get to practicing and see how we're doing. So the setup I've based off of is actually France. That's a track that kind of demands a high amount of downforce, but also has some high-speed straights. Demands a lot of suspension movement. So I'm using this. This is the baseline that I've used quite a bit this season with the stiffer ARBs, but real soft suspension. It's very low. Mexico is a pretty smooth track, so we should be able to handle that. But if it does bottom out too much, I can raise it. So we'll see how that does. I definitely went higher downforce.
Let's update the setup.
Much higher downforce than I think is probably, I don't want to say recommended, but probably in people's mind for this track. Knowing we're gonna want that for the rain in practice. Hold on, I got the weird steering wheel jitters again. There we go. I think I need to disconnect my controller. I think that's what's causing that. No, it's still happening. It has nothing to do with my wheel. Some people were like, "Oh no, your wheel is broken." But no, I think it's just the game being confused. Hold on. Controller, where are you? Here you are. Let's unplug you. I think my Xbox controller perhaps has a little bit of that situation where it has a little wander in one of the what do you call them, D-sticks? Nope, that's still not working. Hold on. Let me actually unplug it, I guess. More editing for me to do. Alright, that's unplugged. Yeah, there we go. Now we're good. Alright, how about that? Device failure that didn't have anything to do with a Logitech product. Never getting sponsored by them. Oh, man. Alrighty. Let's make sure we're hitting marks. I've actually already failed at one of them. Not failed, but didn't get purple. As much as I enjoy this track, it really does take a lot of getting used to. It's honestly not that different from Suzuka, which I think is what is making me a little nervous today. I feel like despite the fact that in Suzuka not everything that happened was related to anything that I did, I was still pretty disappointed with my performance there. I felt like I was really off the pace, and I did a poor job of setting the car up. I expect better from myself at this point. So, yeah, coming into here and saying, yeah, this is pretty similar to Suzuka makes me go, oh no, it's pretty similar to Suzuka. This whole complex has always been a challenge for me. And honestly, the track acclimatization program at this track is not super well suited to my driving style, I feel. They just have a little bit different line to me. Let's brake about here. Now, is it still too early? That's going to be green. That was also green. They want something different from me through there. I don't know that we're going to get a perfect score, especially on these hard tires. I certainly hope this is the only time we see these hard tires this race weekend. I do not enjoy driving on them at all. Really putting the old steering wheel to use this week. I have not been doing a lot of sim racing lately, but I randomly got the itch to bring out an old favorite, the original Dirt Rally, this week, and we did a little Dirt Rally mock tournament thing, and had some fun with that. And we also did some Assetto Corsa. It is really difficult to switch between them all. Oh, did we actually get enough points? I think we did. Let me see. I honestly, let me return to the garage. I was so busy talking that I didn't even pay attention. I saw purple. Oh, we did. I'm great. Everything's fine. I didn't think I was gonna hit that at all. Well, moving right along then. I'm unlocking the rear differential a lot off throttle to try and get the car to rotate some in that stadium section. I don't know if it's ever going to help. I don't know if I'm ever going to get it to rotate through there. I just wanted to see if that would do anything. And since the weather is looking okay in this session, let's go ahead and do the race strategy right here, right now. See how it's doing. Probably not going to spend too much time on camera in practice today. I feel like this is one of those tracks that I have enough of a read on at this point that there's not going to be too much for me to really share with you as far as what I'm doing. It's just going to be a matter of me finding my lines and getting comfortable with the track again. We haven't really had any new tracks in Formula One in a while. 2020 will be the first time that we add 2 new tracks to the calendar in quite some time. Even though I say 2 new tracks, only one of them is truly new. One of them being Zandvoort Zandvoort, as I like to call it, returning to the schedule. I always struggled at that track in Assetto, so I'll be curious to see how I am with it in Formula One. I mean, assuming we play Formula One 2020, I have to assume that I probably will. Honestly, at this point, it almost makes me a little sick to my stomach to think about it, but I think I've gotten to a point with this game, or this series of games. I might actually play it even if I'm not making videos. If you had told me that 5 years ago, I would have said you were nuts. These games have actually really improved a lot in the last 5 years or so. Especially this version is a much better game than it ever used to be. And I truly do enjoy the experience now. It used to be that I only enjoyed it due to the company I had, like whether that was Joe or whether that was Kurt and Beef. You know, I enjoyed it for the fact we could, like, make the most of it together, and I'd have some, like when I was doing the series with Joe, it was a lot about the two of us just kind of chatting about Formula One. But somehow, slipping into the background was an actual good Formula One game. And I missed that turn quite a bit. Lost some time, but it wasn't too big a deal. I feel like they relaxed the line through the stadium section a bit. I used to have a heck of a time matching Delta through here. And I'm still losing time, but it's not nearly as dramatic as it used to be. Yeah, I think we have a pretty good car here. This doesn't feel... It doesn't feel at all like I was experiencing in Suzuka. I have a lot of confidence in the car. Honestly, probably not enough yet. I gotta build my confidence up in it some to really extract all we can out of it. We haven't run amazing lap times yet. We still got... Ooh, that was a misstep there for me. We still got, for example, a Williams ahead of us on the speed charts. Let's try and really nail this section. Oh, that was too much. I'm running a little bit of less downforce on the back, and I think that's showing itself right there. This might end up being close. So I'm losing 2 or 3 tenths through here every lap. Yeah, we're alright. So we get it on the exit. Alright. Even with a messy lap, still feeling really good.
There are rumors that you're looking for a contract with another team. Is there any truth to that?
There's a rumor I'm looking for a contract with Ferrari? Ooh, I guess I made Alpha happy there. I would
Appreciate your time.
That blindsided me. I wasn't ready for that question. And there was so little time. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind. I don't think I've ever driven a Ferrari. Have I? Not that I can think of. I don't remember any series I ever drove a Ferrari. Huh. If I did that, I'd probably have to move the difficulty up a little bit. If I really did move up to a Ferrari next season. But boy, that's an interesting proposition. I had not even considered that to be an option.
Welcome back to the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez. It's a circuit that has a huge amount of history, and I'm sure we'll be staging a fantastic qualifying session today.
I forgot about the rain. I didn't really forget about it, but I didn't think about it when I was doing the practice qualifying program, which was kind of a meh result. I think I was expected 9th or 8th or something like that. But none of that matters. Looks like it's going to rain through all of at least Q1. Then it's going to let up. Alright, so 15 minutes it's going to let up. That leads me to believe we don't really want to do a run until the end of Q1. I might go out and like sneak a lap in. Alright, then 45 minutes it's going to be drying out. So it's going to be an interesting qualifying here for the conditions. Let's look at the tires as of now. We're already on inners, so it's not a completely wet track. but it's not changing at the moment. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go out, I'm going to do a lap on the intermediates, just to kind of get my bearings straight, get the braking points down, and then right at the end of the session, we'll go out and try another lap. Or try a real lap, I suppose. And hope that we get the drying conditions, and that lets us make it to Q2. It's all really a gamble here. This is one of those parts where I wish I had a real engineer that could be like, go out now. Exceeding track limits as I'm sliding around already. It's been a little while since we had any rain. As much rain as we had early in the season. I was hoping we would just be completely done with it, but that is very unlikely. Codemasters loves to show off their rain effects. So I'm not too worried about putting in any kind of monster lap right now, because I just don't think these are going to be the best conditions of the session. I just want something. I want to have some idea of what it's like to drive in the wet here. There's a lot of slow turns here, and those are the ones that are really tricky in these conditions without traction control. Trying to get the power down out of these is very rough. I'm really happy with how well I've developed throughout the season, adapting to not using the TC. I thought it was going to take me a lot longer to get used to it than it has. This section's pretty treacherous. Yep. That's where I figured we'd struggle. So yeah, I mean, we're really slow, but we just need to wait out the conditions now. For the sake of learning, I went ahead and did a second lap in these conditions and improved quite a bit. Picked up 2 seconds. So, I think the track's getting better. Even already. It's just getting better from people shoving the water off. So, yeah, we really need to do another lap later in the session. So here's how I watch if the track's improving or not. Look at the time difference for the wets. You see how that number is going up? That means the track is drying out. So every time I click over, the track is getting slower on wets. That means the track is getting closer to dries. Now, it's nowhere near dries, and it's not going to dry out this session. But it's getting closer. So it's up to me to try and decide when I can go out last. And I would think somewhere around, because this is a pretty short track. It's not the shortest. I think if we go out somewhere in that, alright, it's actually kind of stopped now. It's kind of holding where it was. So we can go out maybe with 4.5 to go. And that will give us time to comfortably do a lap. And I don't think the track's going to be improving huge amounts from here. Certainly raining less, but I don't think it's drying by any means. Because that would be the killer. If the track went really super dry all of a sudden, then we might get ourselves in trouble. Now we're going to look like heroes versus our Delta. And we have enough time to do 2 laps. I'm going to back off from this Haas a bit. Still trouble is getting the power down there. Some troubles with cars coming out on track. They should get out of the way, though. Well, toe is alright. did not really get out of our way there. This lap doesn't matter too much. I definitely don't want to be in this spray for my good lap, though. That would be no good at all. That really sucks that he never let me go. Very unsportsmanlike. I think I might try and tow him, or get towed down the front straightaway if I can. I screwed that up though. Boy, the way they're able to accelerate out of there makes me nervous. I'm getting towed, I'm not towing. Wait, other way around. The opposite of what I wanted to happen happened. And now I'm racing Vettel? This is awful. This might be us getting knocked out right now. Though I might knock Vettel out as well for racing him. That's qualifying complete. I think we just gotta hope some cars didn't get to do a lap in the good conditions. Oh man! And we're not even gonna do a better lap? This is bad news, everybody. This may be it. 127s. Everybody that's gonna finish a lap right now is gonna do incredibly better. I should have let everybody by. When I saw what was going on there, I should have just let everybody by. We're already down to P10. Let's see. 16th. That's it. Screwed by the rain again. It happens. It happens so many times. Yep, first knocked out. I hate it. I hate that that happens, but again, I blame myself for not just abandoning my lap. I should have just abandoned my lap, let everybody go by, and gone off and done my own thing. So it's my own stupid fault. Oh well. Oh, well, I guess that's it, really. We're just gonna move into the race tomorrow, and hope we can improve upon that. That's two bitter disappointments in a row, really. Not too good. Not too good. Not a great way to end the season.
It's not quite where we'd want to be on the grid, but chin up. It's not the end of the world.
Thanks, Jeff. I appreciate you.